What is up, witches? It's Witch Angel Nakora, and welcome back to Lonely Soul. In our last episode, well, Oka basically broke down and cried. She revealed her feelings towards Senpai. Not like under the cherry tree kind of confession, but I'm talking about like she spilled her guts. Not literally. You know what I mean. She basically just like told everything to Taro, and now we're here. Let's keep on going, shall we? Thursday, before class. I got to school a lot earlier than usual that day, so I had a lot of time before class. After changing my shoes at my locker and taking all the books that I needed for today, I began to wonder, what should I do? I still had a lot of time and I wanted to use it well. Since we're going the senpai route, let's go with find Taro and talk to him. I tried to look for him in all sorts of places. The plaza, the lockers, even the library. The only likely explanation was he hadn't arrived at school yet. Since he was the only person I felt like hanging out with, I decided to sit by my classroom and study for a bit. Recently, I hadn't paid as much attention to schoolwork as before. It would be good to revise my knowledge before today's classes. Sorry, my lips are like a little chapped right now, so that's why I had to go bleh. When I reached the third floor, I was suddenly struck by unbearable pain. I couldn't stand anymore and I fell to my knees. My eyes were shut as I felt the floor below me with my shaky hands. I bent down even further, feeling like my mind was being torn apart. Everything was spinning, shaking. I had no idea what was happening and how long I was on the ground. Then everything stopped, but it didn't come back to normal, no. I felt some indescribable yet evident change. 1 second I was sure it was just in my head. But then I felt my whole body weaken and strengthen at once with this incredible shift. What was happening to me? I felt like my whole life I was blind. And now I could finally see what the world was really like. No. I felt like I was a bird that couldn't fly until now. Like I just spread the wings of what I was holding my whole life. My head was still hurting after the sudden change. The overwhelming power I felt pulled me up from the floor. Standing up slowly, I opened my eyes. I saw what I felt previously. Damn. Now we're getting into the spooky territory. Everything was gray. I looked around as I saw Kyu and Inkyu Basu walking on the other end of the hallway. Or at least, I thought it was them. All I could see was their pitch-black shadows. I turned my head and saw Kudere walking past me. Her whole body was shining with a blindingly white light as she looked at me briefly, curiously. I looked down at where the plaza should be. I could see 2 groups of white silhouettes. Walls seemed to not exist at all, but I could only see the light coming from other people. I noticed that everyone was shining with white light, excluding the Basu sisters. Wait. When I looked closer, I saw a dark figure running down a hall on the first floor. Everything seemed to happen in slow motion. I couldn't see who it was. They were too far away. After that, I saw another dark shadow right next to the entrance. What made those few people so special? I had no idea, but I hoped I was about to find out. Looking at my own hands, I noticed that I was almost transparent. How unusual. Taking Taking a step forward, I felt like I was floating above the floor. Or like the floor just didn't even exist. Suddenly the end of the hallway caught my attention. The girls' bathroom. It looked like a dark void, devouring all the light around it. What happened there? Curiosity fought with fear inside of me. But I had to know more. Slowly, I stepped inside. When I saw there was the most horrifying sight of my whole life. Frozen in place, unable to move a single muscle. I stared at a girl's corpse laying on the gray tiles of the floor. Deformed, pale, and devoid of color, of life. Or so I thought. The girl's head twitched violently. Well, was it a ghost? A demon? At first I thought my mind was playing tricks on me, but this was soon proven wrong. The ghost moved her arm, and then her legs, slowly standing up. She took a shaky step forward, like she hadn't walked in ages. Then another step. She held out her hand. I was panicked, but it was a matter of life and death. Should I try to run? We're gonna save this part right here, guys. Because if this is like, if we run, we're screwed. But if we take her hand, we may get answers. So, save it there and we're gonna go back later. I'm gonna go back. I didn't move an inch. Her fingertips brushed against my face so softly. I shut my eyes, not being able to stand looking into the girl's blank, white ones that seemed to glare into my soul. I was barely breathing. My heart was racing, and I only wanted it to end. Swiftly, without pain. It would be better than the nightmares I was going to have after this. I was falling. I had stopped and opened my eyes. I was somewhere else, on the first floor. The ghost was gone, but my vision was still black and white. The nightmare wasn't over yet. A crack echoed through the corridor. It sounded like the floor was slowly breaking apart right next to me. I looked in the direction of the noise, and what I saw terrified me. A pitch black claw cut the ground open. I felt a dull ache in my left shoulder. Long, black fingers broadened the crack and the hand emerged. It was slowly coming out of the floor, twitching violently. And worst of all, it wasn't the only one. Soon afterwards, two more appeared right next to it. The ground was already gone where they had appeared, devoured completely by the dark, oily liquid dripping from all of them. No, this was only a dream. It had to be. I saw this previously in my nightmare, and this was only that. A nightmare. Nothing could actually hurt me here. I had no reason to be afraid. One of the hands moved too fast for me to see, or react in any way until it was too late and I was thrown onto the nearest wall. The long black fingers were on my neck, and I gasped for air desperately. I could feel the hands grip tighten. I took a last shaky breath before the black fingers made it impossible for me to breathe. The blood running through my head was the only thing I could hear. My vision was blurry. I wasn't sure if I had my eyes closed, or if I was losing all the ability to see and think. Suddenly I couldn't feel anything. The wall I was pressed against. The pain. The fact that I wasn't breathing anymore. Closing my eyes, I realized I was on the floor. I could barely feel the ground I could just hit, but I heard a distant thump everywhere around me. My head was spinning, or at least it felt like it was. Where were the hands? I had no idea. Slowly I realized I was breathing again. I took the deepest breath I could with the amount of energy I had left, and tried to steady my heartbeat. Laying on the floor, looking at the ceiling above me, I didn't notice the hand flashing before my eyes to cover my mouth. It didn't matter. It was still a dream, and I would be okay as soon as I'd wake up. I just had to wait. I felt another two hands grab my wrists, painfully strong. The hands pulled my arms and started dragging me through the corridor, as if I weighed nothing. Barely even conscious, I didn't even have the strength to resist. I knew exactly where they were leading me. To the occult club. I waited, passing more and more doors. Closing my eyes, I waited for it all to end. Soon I'd wake up and none of this would be true. But the pain felt so real. I needed it to stop. Why would I struggle if it was only a dream? It didn't even give me a chance to answer! Damn! It'd be easier to just wait patiently. Nothing seemed to happen. I was still in the hallway. The nightmare didn't seem to end. What if it wasn't just a dream? I'll go with it's a nightmare. Closing my eyes, I took a deep breath. I was safe. It was only a dream. It was all a dream. I would wake up soon to see another day. I would see the light shining into my room in the morning with my dear mother. I would spend time with Taro and be happy. I would do whatever I could want to, because I have a whole long life ahead of me, waiting to be explored. There was nothing that could stop my dream from coming true. I almost didn't feel the cold ground under my skin, the pentagram on the floor, and the pain. It was almost over. I was so happy. Finally my senses became numb, and I saw only darkness. Mom? Where are you? Oh, crap. The darkness was everywhere around me, but nothing happened. Nothing new, special, or surprising. Was this death? Something was starting to appear in front of me. A blurry image. No, it wasn't an image, but a memory. One that belonged to someone long dead. It was the girl's bathroom on the third floor where I'd seen the ghost. A figure cloaked in darkness entered the room. She was about my age, a bit taller than me. I couldn't see her face. I didn't need to see her to feel the darkness in her heart. It was overwhelming. Her hatred for everything in this world. This hatred. It wasn't just that. It was something else that made her like this. Something deeper. Love. How could someone feel such hatred, even be capable of loving anyone? And how could someone who loved so deeply be so full of darkness? Was this really love? Digging deeper into her mind, I saw the girl's gruesome fantasies of murder. Killing everyone at school until there was no one left except her and her beloved senpai. The whole school covered in blood of innocent victims. And even then it wasn't enough. She wanted to kill more. But everyone was already dead. I barely managed to tear myself away from her insanity. Did I go too far? Suddenly another girl came in. She had short red hair and blue eyes. It's Info-chan! The other girl hid in the darkness, waiting with a knife in her hand. I wanted to warn the poor girl, but there was nothing I could do. It was a vision of the past, and it had all already happened. The girl that was about to die became a ghost I saw today. So it was all a warning. The murderer just killed her, like she had no remorse. After the girl's body fell to the floor, the psychopath dragged her to the nearest stall and hid her there. Then she looked like nothing strange happened at all. I was shocked. But who was this girl? It was in my school for sure. But I didn't recognize the victim. And I've never heard about a murder at my school. So this must have been a long time before I even came to the school. The bathroom disappeared and was replaced by another vision. Someone was pushed off the school rooftop by the same girl I saw previously. Before I could see more, the image blended with another one. And more and more. 10 victims in total. How is this possible? How could this girl have not been caught? And was she still alive? Free? The vision faded completely when I saw another scene. Kizana? She was sitting on her own on the rooftop. She looked so happy. I realized it was at lunchtime. Friday, just after she told Taro to meet her by the cherry tree after school. She would have done that if she hadn't disappeared that day. Suddenly, a girl appeared beside her. She was also a dark figure, but certainly different than the one I saw previously. She killed Kizana. The girl threw Kizana's corpse down the rooftop and ran away. So she wasn't missing. She was dead. This vision was true. I was the only person at school who knew about Kizana's murder, except for the killer. I recalled the dark figure running down the hall on the first floor. It was all starting to make sense now. I had to do something to stop her, but I had no idea why. The teachers wouldn't believe me if I told them I had a vision. I needed proof. Suddenly, I was back in the occult club room, standing in the middle of the pentagram. I saw ghosts. 12 girls I just saw die were coming towards me through the walls. They surrounded me, and each of them started to drag me down below the floor with them, into the ground, with the dead. I couldn't even fight back. This vision was meant to tell me something important. I knew it. The serial killer from the past, Kizana, the ghosts, and my club. There was no doubt. Finding the killer should be my priority. Now that I knew of her existence, I had to stop her before she could hurt anyone else. And as much as I hated to admit it, I had to do this on my own. Telling Tara would give the killer a reason to hurt him as a witness. But so far she had no idea I knew, and I could use it to my advantage. I felt like I had a mission to accomplish. Despite everything I'd seen in this vision, I would have to do my best to prevent more deaths. Oh, this is getting juicier than a watermelon, y'all. Whew. I was laying on something soft. A bed? I opened my eyes, but everything seemed so bright at first. I finally managed to recognize the room I was in. the nurse's office. I could swear I'd never seen this nurse before. She must have been new here, or a substitute. Turning my head, I was surprised to see Taro sitting beside me. I almost couldn't believe my luck. I was alive, and I had Taro with me. What happened? My voice was still weak, but I had to know. It was all such a blur. Hearing my voice, he looked at me and smiled. I didn't realize you were awake. You passed out in the morning and were unconscious since then. Wait, what time is it? Was it possible that I missed today's classes? It's 3:50 right now. What? The whole day of school? I was laying right here unconscious? I tried to sit up, but my arms hurt. Careful! The nurse spoke in a high-pitched, soft voice. She came closer to help me lay back down. You have bruises all over your arms. I don't know what happened, but I wouldn't exhaust myself if I were you. Bruises? The hands, my vision. So they did leave marks. Was this why my arms hurt so much earlier? As much as I wanted to leave, I had to agree with the nurse. She seemed nice, and probably knew it was best for me right now. I think you should stay with me for some time. She looked towards Taro meaningfully. Alone. Taro stood up. As much as I can join your company, I have to take care of your friend first. The nurse's words made me feel slightly uncomfortable, and I had no idea why. Maybe it's just her way of speaking, but I felt like something important happened between those two while I was knocked out. Something I should know about. I also needed to speak to Taro without the nurse hearing us, to learn more about what exactly happened to me in the morning. I sat up again, this time successfully, and spoke up before the nurse could stop me. I appreciate your concern for me. I didn't want to sound rude or ungrateful. I just had to get out. But I really have to go. I'll be fine. The nurse helped me up with a long sigh. I could tell she wasn't happy to let me go so early. Oh, well, if you need anything, you know where to find me. The nurse seemed really nice, and I felt bad for leaving her without an explanation. I left the room with Taro after we both thanked the nurse for taking care of me. Once outside, I turned towards him. I wanted to know more about my vision, but one particular question couldn't leave my mind. Who is this nurse? Her name is Muja Kina. She'd only been hired a few days ago. The nurse is out of town for a week, so they hired her as a substitute. That explained a lot. I was only so curious about their relationship. But now wasn't the time to ask him that. I had to focus on what was important. What exactly happened to me in the morning? I was hoping he knew more than he'd already told me. All I know is that you passed out and was brought to the nurse. I didn't see you in class, so I was worried about you. He was worried about me when he didn't see me in class? I didn't know he really cared that much. I asked Kana-sensei what happened to you, and she said you were in the nurse's office. So, you went to check on me at lunchtime? That's what I met Muja. We spent lunchtime together while waiting for you to wake up. There was some feeling inside of me, and I couldn't name then. Was I really jealous of this nurse? Yes. But there's a sweet, young, and very attractive nurse. So my jealousy seemed justified, especially since they pretty much spent the whole day together. We walked out of the school together after I had a short talk with Kanan Sensei. I wanted to see how I was doing. Taro suddenly stopped and looked at me with concern. I have to ask you something. What is it? What really happened to you in the morning? You couldn't have just passed out without a reason. You wanted to know what happened? You deserve to know the truth then. Well, we're stay right here, y'all. I've been recording for about almost a half hour, and we're gonna be pretty much close to the ending, I think. So, I want to leave it here, and the next episode, we're gonna find out what Tara wants to know. And maybe we might find out a little more about what's going on. I mean, all these visions that she's been having? Holy crap. I mean, I have visions, and they're not that bad. I mean, and basically, like, what I'm going to do tomorrow, what's going to happen to a friend of mine, just normal stuff. But we're going to get on to the next episode later on, and I'll see you all soon. If you like this video, why don't you hit that like button faster you can catch the spell of the face. And if you haven't already, hit the notification bell and the subscribe button and be part of my coven. I upload 5 days a week, Monday through Friday, same time, 2 o'clock. Unless I'm somewhere else. I'll see y'all soon. Mwah! Stay magical, my friends, and just don't pass out. Unless you have a good reason to.